Hey guys, what is going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Rodney McGruder, Frank Jackson, and the untold stories at the Malice at the Palace Netflix documentary, and kind of my take on the documentary and how I watched it and like what I really thought of it. So that'll be at the end of the video. But we're going to be talking about Frank Jackson first because that was a guy that I didn't really think the Detroit Pistons were going to resign, but I was wrong. It's not that I didn't think he was a good player. It was just that I didn't know, like, cap space wise, could the Pistons, financially make it work? And they did, and they got a steal for Frank Jackson. This is directly coming from Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN. He says restricted free agent Frank Jackson is returning to the Detroit Pistons on a 2-year deal, sources tell ESPN. Jackson has earned his way into the rotation with 40% three-point shooting and nearly 10 points a game last season. Now, Frank Jackson was probably one of the biggest catalysts for us off the bench. He actually won us some games last year when we were trying to tank just with his three-point shooting and his ability to the cut to the basket. I think he's going to be a crucial piece for the Detroit Pistons bench this season. I'm really happy he actually did resign, and he resigned at a really cheap deal. It's only $6 million over the next 2 years, so that's a steal if you think about it. You're getting a guy that shot 40% from three last year and $3 million per year. Beautiful signing by Troy Weaver. Gotta tip his cap off to him for getting a guy like Frank on such a cheap deal. Now, the next guy we're going to be talking about is a guy that I know some of you guys aren't too happy that did resign with the Detroit Pistons. So, Rodney McGruder did get waived by your Detroit Pistons, but the Pistons have decided to bring him back. There's been no contract details on if the contract is fully guaranteed, if it's like his last contract, so you could waive him by a certain date, then it's non-guaranteed. Don't know, but Rodney McGruder is coming back to the Detroit Pistons. It's another veteran presence along with Corey Joseph. I think you do need veterans on this team now. Is Rodney going to get consistent minutes? I don't know. I mean, when he did get minutes, he was scoring the basket at a pretty high rate, but he didn't really get a lot of playing time. I think a lot of us remember Klay Thompson and Draymond Green talking crap about him when we played the Warriors this past season, but he's a good veteran. Not really going to get mad over bringing back Rodney McGruder. Before we do get into that Malice at the Palace documentary review, wanted to touch on Hamidou Diallo because I think that's a player that a lot of you guys are very curious about. Why hasn't he been signed yet? I believe the Detroit Pistons are going to re-sign him. They do have $2.1 million in cap space to re-sign him. I think it's going to be probably a 1-year deal. Now, the Pistons can go over the cap if they do want to, lock him down long term, but I don't really see the point in that. You're going to have a bunch of cap space next year. Blake is coming off your books, and a couple guys you waived from a year ago will be coming off your books. So you can use all that cap space you're going to have next summer to lock down Hamidou long term if you feel he's going to be a part of the future. So did want to address that. Now, so for the Malice at the Palace Untold Stories documentary that is on Netflix right now, if you haven't watched it, highly recommend it. My review on it is, I saw a lot of you guys on social media dragging it, saying how bad it was. Don't watch it, don't waste your time. So I was just like, wow, this must be a really bad documentary, dragging the Detroit Pistons down. So I went into watching this documentary with an objective mindset because I don't want to be biased as I'm watching this. Now, are there some scenes in this documentary that are biased towards the Pacers? Absolutely. This is actually a Pacers perspective of the Malice at the Palace. I believe it is produced by Jermaine O'Neal, who was a center for the Indiana Pacers at the time, and he was a really good center in his day. Also, Reggie Miller is in that documentary. Runner Test, a little bit of Steven Jackson. You saw Ben Wallace in there. Overall, I really liked it. Honestly, I didn't think it was as bad as The Last Dance, crapping on the Pistons. Now, did they take a little bit of shots? Yeah, they're going to. It's a Central Division rivalry. Honestly, they're going to take a little bit of shots at the Detroit Pistons, but it wasn't overkill, and I honestly enjoyed it. I think if you're a diehard Detroit Pistons fan, you are going to watch this documentary and you're going to like it. Honestly, I would give it like 8 out of 10. That's how much I did enjoy it. But let me know down below in the comment section what you guys thought of the Untold Stories at the Malice at the Palace documentary. Re-signing Frank Jackson, re-signing Rodney McGruder, and the Hamidou Diallo situation. I'll talk to you guys down below in the comment section. Like always, I hope you guys are staying safe. Take care. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.